Hi. I'm Levuchu and welcome to my channel. EP.4 of Boys Planet is out and I'm here to give you guys the weekly recap and opinions. Anyways, let's start. The episode starts with the clips of the trainees breaking down, upset, terrified, the mentors being terrible at their job like the usual. Then we go into this random segment of like personifying the iPad the trainees use. I really don't know why but we move. Anyways, the actual start of the episode starts with us back at the mission stage. The Burn It Up stage is next and we have a quick moment of Min Hyun dancing to Burn It Up. Like last episode, it switched from flashbacks of the trainees practicing and then back to the actual performance. Personally, I overall preferred last episode's performances as a whole. However, episode 3 has some of my top favorite performances. Anyways, back to the Burn It Up G team. Their training montage was about how they didn't have anyone above 3 stars. The mentors are strict on them like a lot. Here comes a major complaint. I genuinely don't understand at all why Met can't get global mentors. All of the mentors are Korean and the global trainees obviously can't intake criticism fully because they can't speak Korean. This is the 3rd season in a row where this is a problem. If you're going to have global trainees, then have global mentors. I'm not even saying like some famous Japanese singer or Chinese idol. Literally just get an already established foreign K-pop idol and have them mentor as well. This would benefit G trainees so much and would help them get up to par with other trainees because they have someone to communicate with. However, Met obviously can't get good mentors as is, so I shouldn't expect too much. We will be getting into this very soon. Burn It Up K team faced similar criticism. However, something I found really awful is how you can see the trainees' confidence level going down a lot, especially since these trainees are so young. To see them now compared to their audition, it's like they went to hell. The worst part is that this is only the first mission, so I do worry a lot. Anyways, I personally believe the final stages of Burn It Up were decent. I liked it. It's not one of my favs, but it was enjoyable. I feel like most of they proved what they had to. The next group to perform is Danger, and there's a lot of drama surrounding both teams of Danger. Group G's flashback involved them arguing and overall having not so good team spirit. The argument gets pretty intense. However, I'd like to remind everyone that this is most likely edited or made to look more extreme than it actually was. They do end up making up though. Next is Danger Team K. Dowell is one of the biggest controversies being talked about on BP Twitter. I agree that Dowell should improve and that he doesn't have the necessary skills to debut. However, the combination of this episode and his ranking in the elimination preview led to him getting awful comments. This is a child and he's getting hundreds of awful comments. Like he's ranked 13 and his rank is still going down. He's not going to debut. I really don't think these comments are necessary. You're going to get what you want, just leave the kid alone. I understand the criticism that he doesn't seem fit for this show. I also feel like he's not ready at all, and some of his actions in this episode prove that. But this is a kid and this is Met chances this is edited again. And there's a clear difference between genuine criticism and talking about how the K-pop industry values looks over talent. But hating and despising on a random kid is not the move. I was going to give my future rank predictions next week when the full eliminations are released. However, Dowell's rank is already released, so I'll go over it here. With the amount of dislike Dowell has received, I see him getting eliminated next elimination or semi-final. But even before this episode, one never saw him ranking into the debut group, which is why I don't understand why everyone was freaking out and losing their minds. I feel like the conversation of having idols with no talent debuting or ranking high in survival shows are super important. Making light jokes on these idols a trainees I feel like is to a certain extent okay also. However, sending hate, death threats to these people is just never okay. Dowell is good evidence for the conversation I mentioned, and I feel like the public's reaction to him are going to affect certain talking points. Again, some of the things and ways Dowell act should be criticized and should be talked about, but not in the way they currently are. Anyways, both performances themselves were okay, but with everything going on the episode itself, as well as online, left a bad taste in my mouth. Next is Backdoor. The training flashback for Team K went decently smooth, except for Yoonjun. This is the third episode in a row where Yeonjun is ripped to shreds, and it's just awful. I'm starting to see a pattern, honestly. It seems as if the younger K team and the older G team trainees are the ones going through hell right now. I understand that Net may be trying to do the underdog story with Yeonjun, but it's definitely affecting him a lot, and it's depressing. Backdoor G team also had one of the biggest controversy. Although some of the criticism Christian faces is fair, what pissed me TF off is when the mentor said his moves were too feminine. There was so many other ways to say it, but the way it was worded was gross, especially since if it were any other trainee, this style would probably be praised. Both Dole and Christian's scandal were the exact same. Both were assigned center, but the mentors recommended they'd switch. However, neither wanted to switch, which led to tension in their respective team. The team ends up making up and moving on. But again, just like Dole, to a certain extent, some of the criticism Christian is receiving is fair. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but once again I feel like the way people are talking about this isn't criticism but full-on attacking. Not only that, but it's very likely this scene was heavily edited. It wouldn't be the first time a C trainee is heavily evil edited, and it surely won't be the last. Overall, the performances were pretty good. Ricky stood out to me a lot. I really liked him. K-team did really good, and Jongwoo did amazing as center. After Backdoor is hot sauce team. TBH, the training flashback was pretty normal. The end performances were pretty decent as well, and Ali and Hanbin stuck out to me a lot. They seem like really good leaders, and I feel like they'll do really good in the competition if they move on. After that, we move into the Love Me Right K-team flashbacks. I don't have much to say since I feel the same way as I did in the last episode. Hanbin has risen so much in my picks that honestly, he's my #1 overall RN. The winners of this episode's performances were all K. Kill This Love were the only G to win a performance. Emma keeps saying this until it happens, but I'm sick of the K versus G, and I am praying the next mission they're together. Backdoor K team also wins the overall, and I'm not mad about it. They did amazing. Next week is elimination, and I'm kinda scared in GL. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. See you next week.